We kick things off with Kyotaro. This dude is not your average high schooler. He walks around fantasizing about murdering his classmates with a box cutter. And he's got his eyes on Yamada, the pretty girl who's also a magazine model. Dude's even daydreaming about keeping her corpse all to himself. Man, Kyotaro needs a therapist. So it's lunchtime and Kyotaro go to the library, his only safe haven. But lo and behold, who's there? Yamada! This throws him off big time, so he ducks behind a bookshelf to do some grade A creeping. And here's where things get weird. Yamada starts humming like a monkey. She then starts working on her schoolwork and needs scissors. Kyotaro debates lending her his ominous box cutter, but seeing her struggle to rip paper, he caves in and hands it over. The twist? She doesn't think he's creepy. She actually thanks him. Kyotaro's cheeks turn all kinds of red. But hold on. She leaves with his box cutter. As he's about to stop her, her friend Chihiro pops up and asks Yamada if she's sneaking snacks again. Yamada hands off her leftover munchies to Kyotaro, the perfect alibi. So next day, Kyotaro finds his box cutter back in his desk, and he is surprised that she knows which desk was his. It's presentation time, and Moeko just trashed Yamada's poster because she tried to use chocolate smudges for the title. Kyotaro notices Yamada getting all teary-eyed. So what does he do? He slashes his own poster in half to distract everyone. And it works. Yamada's tears go unnoticed. So lunchtime rolls around, and Kyotaro is heading to the library, which Yamada's there again, and this time she's got company Hara. And who walks in? Kenta, ready to spill his heart out to Hara. But hold the phone. Yamada is so clueless, she doesn't even catch the love vibes in the air. Then comes the awkward moment. Kyotaro knocks over a book, totally blowing his cover. But Yamada covers for him by saying it's probably just a cat. So what does Kyotaro do? He meows, but his cat noises are a fail. So Yamada jumps in to help. This funny moment magically dissipating the awkwardness between Hara and Kenta. And Kyotaro? He's mortified, but also touched that he's gotten another inadvertent assist from Yamada. Kyotaro then hits up a bookstore after school, planning to buy the magazine featuring Yamada. Guess who's there trying to get noticed? Yup, it's Yamada, shamelessly standing next to her own cover, trying to get people's attention. Kyotaro is cringing so hard for her, but he buys the magazine anyway. And let me tell you, he's pleasantly surprised by her modeling shots. Now get ready for this. Kyotaro spots a blonde dude named Haruya talking to Yamada and jumps straight into conclusions. He thinks it's her boyfriend. But upon closer eavesdropping, because that's what Kyotaro does best, he realizes Haruya is actually harassing Yamada for her social media. No way, dude. Kyotaro acts on impulse and dumps his bike into the river for a distraction. And it works too. Yamada laughs off Kyotaro's lame excuse about hitting the gas instead of the brakes, actually finding him funny for the first time. So here's Kyotaro, back in his natural habitat, the library, spying on Yamada. This time she's got candy that needs water to be enjoyed properly. What does she do? She spills water all over the place. As recess time ticks away, Kyotaro rushes to grab a glass for her. But plot twist. She starts mixing the candy in the plastic bowl where it should have been mixed all along. Caught red-handed with a glass, he just drinks water from it. And get this, Yamada gives him her leftover candy. So who really got the sweet deal? Class is back in session, and Yamada's struggling with the heat. She keeps fanning herself, but ends up smacking herself instead. Her friends decide to fan each other, solving the problem, or so it seems. Our boy Kyotaro overheard Adachi trying to sneak a peek at Yamada, and he ain't having it. Sabotage is the word of the day. We're back in the library, and Yamada spots Kyotaro's folding fan. She borrows it and says it smells good. Kyotaro seizes the chance to smell it too, and bam, notices she's got a swimsuit on under her clothes. Then Chihiro calls, In the weirdest twist ever, Yamada hides under the desk to avoid getting caught, snacking. Chihiro goes along with the absurdity and spills the tea. She is allergic to snack food, so Yamada always snacks alone. And just when you think it can't get weirder, Yamada bursts out from under the table and gives Chihiro a piggyback ride. Culture Fest is finally here, and our class heroes are working on a haunted house. Yamada pulls Kyotaro into art duty, and they're writing names on tombstones with Hara. But whoops, Kyotaro is a bit too captivated by Hara's ahem assets and gets the jump scare of his life from Yamada. After the art is finished, Yamada spots her own name on a tombstone. Okay, this is some Final Destination stuff. Adachi thinks it's his moment to shine, threatening to smack Kyotaro for this, but Kyotaro takes one for the team to protect Hara. Twist alert. It was Hera's mistake all along. Both girls apologize, but then get this. Yamada wants Kyotaro to paint blood on her face. Let's just say his heart was not the only thing racing. Post-festival, our dude Kyotaro sees Haruya back in the picture, chatting with Yamada. He's less of a villain in Kyotaro's eyes now, thanks to that bike in the river incident. In the process of dodging them, Kyotaro and Yamada end up in front of a town map display, and who would have thought? They live just a mile apart. He wants to take a picture of the map, but Yamada hears selfie and boom, the two of them in a photo. Kyotaro is practically in another galaxy, folks. So, class hasn't even started yet, and Kyotaro is doodling away on a dark fantasy manga. And there's a character suspiciously similar to Yamada. Coincidence? I think not. Fast forward to after gym class, Kyotaro's got a headache and he's off to the infirmary. And who does he find? None other than Yamada. She's there, not for the aesthetic, but for a stomachache. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out some candy and a medicine for his headache. Such a sweet gesture, right? Wait for it. Kyotaro gets a cup of water and realizes it's been used by Yamada. Do I smell an indirect kiss? But there's more. Yamada forgets her shirt in the infirmary. Kyotaro debates the ethics of picking it up. However, the nurse just asks him to return it to her, and the scent actually eases his headache. But plot twist. Yamada rushes to the infirmary, not for her shirt, but for her stash of candy she left behind instead. Next day, the boys in class are feeling a little frisky and decide they want to ask the girls some, let's just say, curious questions. Adachi, our resident chicken, can't muster the courage, so he asks Kyotaro to pass a note to Yamada instead. Now, Kyotaro is already imagining the worst. Some kind of lewd message, right? So instead, he slides Yamada a drawing of his manga character, and she likes it. What's in Adachi's note, you ask? Nothing more than a request for Yamada's social media. Then the boys try to play this weird game that supposedly reveals the girls' bedroom personalities. Our boy Kyotaro is curious, but not that daring. The girls smell the scheme a mile away and shut it down before Yamada becomes the latest victim. Cut to the library, Yamada's sacred space for her secret snacks. She can't find her candy and jumps to the conclusion that Kyotaro must have stolen it. She grabs his hand and pries it open. And just like that, she unwittingly performs that same trick the boys were trying to play earlier, hinting that she might be a dominator. Plot twist, the candy was in her pocket all along. All right. So we're back in PE class, and Kyotaro is wrestling with his inner demons. One minute, he's got these dark fantasies, and the next, he's feeling some type of way about Yamada. But out of nowhere, Yamada starts staring at Kyotaro like she's hypnotized. And bam! She takes a basketball straight to the face. She's bleeding, guys. Kyotaro follows her to the infirmary, racked with guilt, only to overhear that her nosebleed ruined a super important photo shoot for tomorrow. Then comes the zinger. Yamada drops her wallet, and guess what's inside? Kyotaro's manga drawing. Yep, our boy realizes he's head over heels in love with her. Fast forward to the next day, Yamada's rocking a Band-Aid, and the whole school is buzzing, asking her what happened. The girls rally around her as she breaks down in tears again. But here comes Kyotaro to the emotional rescue. After school, he notices Yamada has been a sob fest and has run out of tissues. What does he do? Leaves stacks of tissues for her in the library as an anonymous gift. But get this, he's slightly disappointed to see she uses them to clean up snack crumbs. But hey, she smiles, and that's all that matters. Kyotaro is still wrestling with his feelings for Yamada. I mean, this guy is so confused, he's convinced love is a form of mental illness. But hold up. During lunch break, he notices Yamada sneakily taking his milk carton. Ah, the things we do for snacks. Kyotaro flips out when he sees Yamada's grand plan, mixing the snack right into the milk carton. He jumps into action, insisting they get a proper bowl. After a mini adventure, they settle for a science lab beaker, and he even helps mixing it, leading to a sweet moment together. Just as Yamada is drinking, a teacher walks in and boom! The snack goes flying, splattering all over Yamada. This dude doesn't miss a beat and explains everything to the teacher. Now, we're back in the library, and Kyotaro's eagle eyes spot Kanaoya staring at Yamada. He senses some kind of energy there, so he exits stage left to give them some privacy. But not before noticing that Serena is also watching from the sidelines. What is this? A drama series? Kanaoya and Yamada get into this playful face-swapping app session, and that band-aid on Yamada's nose becomes the talk of the moment. And right there, Kanaoya finally apologizes for hurting her nose. She was the one who threw the basketball. But Yamada, being Yamada, plays it cool and even offers Kanaoya some candy. After this sweet exchange, Serena gives Kanaoya a nod of approval and thanks Kyotaro for giving them the space. After school, Kyotaro bumps into Yamada at a convenience store, and guess what? She notices his shiny new bike. She's all like, "Kyotaro, can you give me a ride?" And our boy is all too eager to oblige. Yamada hands him the bottle lid from her drink as a thank you, and Kyotaro is speechless. Then, during the ride, she hits him with a bombshell. Her parents won't let her join the basketball club. She hints she might join Kyotaro's club instead. But Kyotaro's too busy having an emotional meltdown to really catch what she's saying. When they finally get to her stop, she hands him her drink, and he returns the gesture with his own bottle lid, causing her to laugh. Back to school, Yamada gets called to the principal's office for bringing snacks, but she acts innocent. Cut to Kyotaro chilling at a fast food joint with his sister, Kana. He's got this nagging feeling he's about to run into someone from school. And like a scene straight out of a drama, Yamada and her squad walk right past him. He tries to escape, but Yamada's eagle eyes spot him. She joins him at the counter and can't help but gush about how cute his sister is, admitting she's jealous since she's an only child. Despite her saying she didn't intend to chat with him, Kyotaro senses the opposite, and he's kinda happy about it. At the teacher's office, Yamada's on the brink of detention for snacking in the library, but here comes Kyotaro, turning into Sherlock Holmes. He points out the complete lack of evidence tying the snacks to Yamada. However, the teacher is just thrilled to see Kyotaro interacting with humans and forgets about the whole snacking thing. As they're leaving, Yamada hands him a candy and declares that they're officially friends and they should chat more. So, there you have it, folks. Bike rides, bottle lids, and becoming buddies. It doesn't get better than this. Until next time, stay awesome